You're by doing King Dingbat here, and welcome to this special, very, very special live stream. Because one of the main reasons that me and Joey Shakes, my man Joey Shakes, how you doing today, buddy?
I'm
by
good,
the way,
man. I'm good. I'm good. I'm excited to talk about everything that's been going on, and obviously some other news that we're going to unveil.
Absolutely. So everybody, thank you for being here. But one of the main reasons we wanted to do this was because we wanted to announce to you guys, me and Joey, that we are going to be doing a weekly podcast together. We are very excited about this. As of right now, it's going to take place every Saturday, usually 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific, and we're going to alternate channels. So this first episode will be this Saturday. It will be on Joey's channel, and then it will be on mine. And we're going to talk Eagles, talk football. Maybe we'll have guests. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be fun. It's going to be awesome. Now, we don't have a name for what we're going to call the podcast yet. That's where we need you guys to come in. We're going to have a special contest, and we're going to want you guys to come help us come up with a name. So I'm excited about it. I cannot wait for it. Joey, what do you think about this?
We tried coming up with a name, and it just didn't work out. So obviously there's a lot more people that have more creativity than we do. So I'm really excited about it. I've come up to Philly 500 about, kind of doing something together. I mean, I'm getting a lot of messages from people about the chemistry we have, and just, it's not really a professional stream. We're just ourselves, and we talk football, and that's really it at the end of the day. So we agreed on it, and we're really excited to really get this started. Very excited for it.
Yeah, and we'll need your help. We'll do like a 2-week contest, and we're going to come up with a killer name, and then we'll have a prize for it. But we're excited. Joey approached me about it. I thought it was a great idea, especially like Saturday night going to the weekend, just talking Eagles, especially when it's the season before a game on Saturday. There's nothing like it, man. There's nothing like it. So we just wanted to put that out there with you guys. We're very excited about it, and let me just say hi to everybody: Brandon, Zeke, Micah, King J, Wolf's Ghost, Philly Oso. I see you all here. Everybody I'm missing. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining us. It's going to be a lot of fun. It is. Mike Nixon, thank you for the super chat. He says Double Moonwalk podcast. That's not bad. I gotta tell you, that's not bad at all. We'll have to discuss it. You got to enter that. But thank you for the super chat. Esbury the Booth, what is going on? How are you? She's the best. She is the best. Yes. She's like the queen of this channel, man. Whatever she says, I listen to. I don't play. You know what I mean? She runs. She's the secret runner of this channel. Like, she's the elite. Whatever she says, I do. I know better. You know what I mean? Oh, Johnny Blaze, you joined Dingbat Nation, man. You did. Thank you so much, man. You're already a mod, right? I think you're already a mod. Yeah, you've been a mod for a long time, but I appreciate that, my man. Thank you so much. So yeah, Joey, I think it's going to be awesome, man. I'm really looking forward to this. I love your channel. I enjoy your insight to it, and sometimes we don't maybe not agree with things, but I think that makes it funner.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you agree with the same thing all the time, it gets boring. You always want to have those different opinions.
Yeah, so it's gonna be awesome. We're looking forward to it, and we hope you guys will definitely join us. Anything else you want to say about that, my man?
That's really it, guys. I hope you guys enjoy it, guys. I hope you guys are going to be happy with it, and we're really pumped. We've been talking about it, and we're really pumped about it. So
we are. We're pumped. We've been pumped for a while. No doubt about it. One other thing I want to say to you guys. I am going to be on a show called Mic'd Up with Max Webster, and basically what he does is he brings content creators on, and they discuss themselves, kind of personal stuff, maybe not so much football stuff. There is football in it. But I'm going to be on that today. Click the link in the description and go check it out. And also click the link in the description and sub up Joey Shakes, because the first episode of whatever our podcast name is going to be. And look, I look at it like Washington. I told Joey, like, if the Washington former Redskins can play a whole season without a name, we could be the podcast without a name for at least the time being.
Right.
You know what I mean? So definitely sub up Joey. No doubt about it. Man, there's Max Webster. Max Webster, my man. Thank you for super chat. He says, my guy, Philly 500. Let's go. You're a great dude. Oh, man, I enjoyed your channel. I like what you're doing over there. I think it's an interesting concept. And I hope people definitely check it out. Frank says Philly Shakes podcast. There you go. Not bad. You're gonna have to submit it. Another double moonwalk podcast. You see that? Everybody likes the double moonwalk. We could call it the pause podcast. How pause has become like an integral part of my videos. I have no idea.
I think it's just you because I've never seen that in anyone else's period.
Yeah, well, it's crazy. It's crazy. So, guys, we are looking forward to it. No doubt about it. With that said, we got some Eagle stuff to talk about, right? We got some Eagle stuff to talk about. First thing we got to talk about. Yesterday, the Eagles made 2 signings. They bring back Jordan Howard, which I thought was a nice signing, but then they signed linebacker Eric Wilson. Joey, man, what did you think about that?
I was actually really surprised because I made a video on him, I think, like March 21st, and one of the most underrated linebackers that's still on the market. Maybe he wanted more money last month, obviously because of free agency, so maybe it would have been a little bit more expensive. But this guy just comes in, after a depleted linebacker squad for the Minnesota Vikings, and just comes in for 15 games and plays fantastic. I mean, the guy could cover for the most part. He could blitz. Got good backfield recognition. He's got good eyes. He's physical. He's amazing. I'm really surprised we actually got him, and actually going for a position that we really don't expect, and then kind of making that linebacker group a little, it's kind of crowded right now. So, bringing Alex Singleton back, Davion Taylor, Sean Bradley, TJ Edwards. So it's getting crowded, but I loved it. I really was shocked that he went to the Eagles for that little. Like, I thought he would have gotten more. I don't know if it's because some people said, well, he don't play the run good. Some people said it's because he didn't start right away. But, I mean, he's only signing – it's only a 1-year contract. He wants to prove it, obviously. That's what he wants. But I thought it was the best value signing of anybody in free agency. I do. You got an instant starter, and it definitely makes his defense better. Eagle Slayer, man, thank you so much for the super chat. 2 of the best to do it. Great news, man. Eagle Slayer, man, thank you so much for the super chat, my man. Appreciate that. And Chris Bailey says we can call ourselves the Philly cheese steaks. Cheese shakes, not cheese steaks, cheese shakes. That's great.
That is pretty good. I fit a cheese shake. I mean, I look like I would kill some cheese shakes. You know what I mean? No doubt about it. Eagle Slayer, absolutely 2 goes. Thank you, Esmery DeBooth. I think that is a great signing. Now, I really think the Eagles are going to take. I'm hoping they're changing their approach to the linebacker position, like by going out and getting him. I really believe they like JOK. I said this yesterday. I think we're going to find a way to end up with him. I know they talk to him. I know that they like him. The question is, can they get him? But I think that maybe with the new defensive coordinator, our approach to linebackers maybe is changing. I hope because Joey, people can say, well, this receivers don't win Super Bowls. Look at all these great receivers. They don't win. But you can't say that about linebackers. Good linebackers win Super Bowls.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy. McNabb55, thank you for the super chat, my man. He says, today Skip Bayless predicts Hurts lead us to division championship over his Cowboys. Wow.
He loves Hurts. He loves Hurts.
Does he?
I mean, he thinks, he thinks he could take us really far. I don't know. I mean, that's what I've heard from him.
Yeah, loves that's crazy. Thank you so much for the super chat, my man. I appreciate it. Speaking of Dallas, because he brings it up, and I wanted to talk about this. Are you hearing the reports now that Jerry Jones is infatuated with Kyle Pitts? I think Jerry Jones must watch my channel. And the Cowboys are going to try to trade up.
Yeah, I've heard some rumors about that. And, I mean, is that the smartest idea? I don't know. I mean, don't know if they're going to do it. I mean, if they get Kyle Pitts, I mean, that's just – they already have one of the top receiving cores in the NFL, plus with Dak Prescott coming back, and now you add Kyle Pitts in the mix, that's strictly a tight end. I mean, They haven't – I mean, I think he could be better than Jason Witten in his prime. So, I mean – if they don't go corner in the first round, will it kind of leave a little bit of a hole there? Do they think that they're okay at corner? I don't know, with Shadobi, Uzie, whatever, going into free agency. So they have that one spot, which if they get Kyle Pitts or move up, it could open a spot for us to draft one of the two corners at 12, if that's the case. So, but
yeah,
I don't think we want this to happen. So
I am definitely afraid that he ends up in Dallas or the Giants. It scares me more, to be honest with you, if he goes to the Giants than Dallas, because I think the Giants are more balanced than Dallas. Dallas, they'll score 40 points a game, but they'll also give up 45 points a game. But the thing with Jerry Jones is he don't care. If he wants you, he's going to go after you. And Tony Toka says, "What's up, Joey? I love your background."
I got a better background coming soon, so this is just stuff on my wall that's randomly there. So I'm gonna have more stuff. I'm building up something right now, but I appreciate it. I'm a big horror fanatic. If anybody doesn't know.
Yeah, and JJ says Kyle Pitts won't really improve the Cowboys much because the Cowboys already have great receivers. A cornerback will be better for them for this year. But you have to remember, you're going to have to deal with him for 10 years. So that's how I look at it. I don't look at it for next year. I'm not concerned about next year. I'm concerned 10 years I have to watch this guy destroy us. I can't have that happen. But, there's rumors that Dallas may try to go up to 4. So it's very, very interesting. I think it could also be a smokescreen. It could be a total smokescreen. So, I mean, we're going to find out. No question about it.
What do you think it's going to cost to go up to 4, regardless? What, 2 first rounds and a mid round? You think?
I would think 2 first round picks at least, right? Depending upon for Dallas, probably 2 first round picks.
Right.
I mean, the thing with the Eagles, like if you ever look at those valuation charts.
Yeah.
Right. They'll tell you the draft, how much this costs, and of course it goes up and down, and it fluctuates. But if you look at what the Eagles got in return for Miami, they got way over the value of those charts. Although I don't know that they got enough. I kind of thought they should have gotten more. However, if you go up to 4, you got to give at least 2 first round picks. So it'd have to be your 10th pick and a first round pick next year. Now, if I'm the Eagles, I do this. I would do it because you got probably 3 first round picks next year. Okay, most likely the Colts are good. Looks like Miami could be good. Those are going to be mid to late round picks. Make the move now. That's why I really want to trade up, and we're going to get into that in a second. Alex Epstein, man, thank you for super chat, man. Can't wait to smash my TV when the Cowboys take Pitts. Yeah, this whole wall is probably coming down, dude. I'm not going to lie. It's probably coming down. We got 371 people here. Thank you so much for being here. Please like, please subscribe. Click the link in the description and sub up Joey Shake and Shakes, my man. Sub them up.
Appreciate you guys.
So at 12 right now, where the Eagles are sitting, give me the guy you want the most, the guy you be okay with, and the guy you don't want at all.
The guy I want the most is Kyle Pitts, whether the Eagles move up a few spots or whatnot. The guy that I'm okay with, I guess, is the guy I'm okay with is probably J.C. Horn. Okay. And the guy I really don't want as much, I honestly don't know. I mean, for what we're going at with this draft, if it was like a Devonta Smith, which I do like, of the two of Devonta Smith or Jalen, I've been more of a Jalen Waddle fan than Devonta Smith. I don't know. I've just been more of a Jalen Waddle fan. So I'm not saying I wouldn't like the pick. I think I'd like any of these picks regardless. But yeah, I think that's where I pretty much go with it. Yeah, I would say for me, I'm gonna say Pitts is not on the board. For me, it would be my first who I would want is Devonta Smith. Right.
The guy that I would be very happy with and be content with is a J.C. Horn. The guys, and I'm going to say guys that I don't want is Kwity Paye and either of those defensive ends from Miami. I do not want a defensive end at 12. And it scares me because we are right in the wheelhouse where the Eagles if you look at their history, Fletcher Cox was 12. I think Brandon Graham was like 13 or 14. So was Derek Barnett. We're in that wheelhouse. That's what I don't want. I don't want either of those guys. I see somebody says, wouldn't want, Big Moose says, I wouldn't want Gregory Rousseau or Rashawn Slater. Rashawn Slater does not bother me. But I'm not sold on these defensive ends, at all.
This isn't that kind of draft. I mean, here's another question. What if depending on if we get a veteran cornerback, which they haven't done yet, obviously you have TJ Carey, you have Steven Nelson still over there now. So do you think that getting Eric Wilson changes everything to the point where now they could be going after that opposite corner spot from Darius Slay at 12? That could be their main focus.
It could be, but we've seen in the past with teams and the Eagles too that they'll go one side of the ball in free agency and one side of the ball in the draft. Yep. And they may look at the talent on the board and see what's there, and then they've gone basically pretty much only defense. They've only really had 2 signings that that are significant. I don't consider. I mean, Jordan Howard's nice, but they were on defense. So I think it does 2 things. I think it tells me, one, that they view linebackers a little differently than maybe they have in the past, and 2, I think they lean offense. Now, I know people are going to think that's crazy, but I actually kind of think they're going to lean offense, which makes me think Waddle or Smith at 12, maybe even Slater. I think an offensive lineman would be possible. You
don't think they would take Terrace Marshall at 12, do you?
I think it's too early.
Yeah,
but I think he's a primed candidate for the Eagles. I believe, and I said this, my prediction for this draft is the Eagles are going to trade back up into either late first round or really early second, but they are trading back up. They're not sitting at 37. So I think I could see them trading up late in the first round and get Marshall. But if they get Marshall, then you got to go like Horn or Surtain, right? You got to go defense, right?
Yeah.
With that first pick,
They've met up with him multiple times already with Terrace Marshall. So, I mean, they must have a lot of interest in him.
Yeah, but remember, the Eagles also fake it. Remember they had Don Terry Poe in back in the day, and they made a big deal how much they loved him, and they wanted Fletcher Cox the whole time. Andre Dillard was like, I didn't even know the Eagles were interested. They never even talked to me. So do they mean it, or is it, you know what I mean, a smokescreen?
Yeah.
That's what I want to know, Here you go. Here's a question from a Cowboy fan. Eagles fans, what's your opinion on Derek Barnett? I was bummed when you all got him. I had a rage video when we drafted him. I got a lot of crap for that. But I don't think Derek Barnett has lived up to his first round billing. He has not played like a first rounder. And I'm really shocked that the Eagles gave him $10 million this year.
Yeah, I don't get it. I really don't get how they don't restructure Lane Johnson, but they let Derek Barnett walk with $10 million. Like, he went to a camp in Tennessee last offseason, a defensive line camp that, he wants to prove to the Eagles he's worth that first round pick that they spent on him. So, I mean, he just injured all the time and just can't stand upright. And when he has to get back into games 100%, it takes a while. So, I mean, if you want to look at someone that's really achieving and doing well, the more reps he gets, it's defensive end Josh Sweat that's playing better every single year. So that's really something to look at. But why he's making $10 million, I have no idea.
And I just realized that my beard is really bushy. I have to shave this mother humper. I'm never going to have any matrimonial duties again. My wife keeps leaving hints because I see new razors all positioned in different parts of the house. And I'm like, oh, I wonder who that's for. She thinks she's outsmarting me, but she ain't. Big Moose, thank you for the super chat. Both of your channels, I love both of your channels. I like the trade down to 12 and getting a first. But we've got to leapfrog the Cowboys and the Giants to move up to 9, Denver's pick. Who would you want, Big Moose, at 9? Who are you trying to leapfrog? Are you worried that Pitts is going to be there? Because I agree, if Pitts gets a 7, I'm making a move up. But thank you for the super chat. Look, my whole thing with I understand the trade back. Okay, I understand it, but I can't say that I love it yet because I have to see who we pick, and not just this year, but next year. Okay, if you don't pick the right guy, it's not worth it. At 6, I know this. at 6, Jamar Chase or Pitts will be on the board. You're going to get one of those two guys. To me, that's a sure thing. You know what I mean? So it's hard for me to say that it's a stupid trade because I don't think that. I understand you want to get more picks. You're trying to build, but they got to hit the pick first. You know what I mean?
Or maybe they trade back to move back up a little bit. I mean, to get some extra picks and then kind of use that as leverage and advantage in the draft to move back up. So, I mean, that's another thing they're doing as well.
Yeah, maybe. We got 456 people here. Thank you so much for being here. Please please subscribe. And if you haven't, click the link in the description and sub up my man, Joey Shakes. We're going to be doing our first episode of the No Name Podcast this Saturday on his channel. Joseph Vega, my man. Thank you for the super chat. He says the Eagles will not stay at 12. They will move up to 8 or 4. If I was them, I'm trading up to get Pitts. No question asked. Then trading back in to get JOK. If you could make both trades, like that's a dream come true. I'm assuming maybe you could do one or the other. If you stay at 12, trade back up, try to get like JOK. If you trade up, then don't worry about trading up for JOK. Just go get Pitts, man. But thank you for the super chat. So you think the Eagles, you think there's a decent chance they're going to trade up?
They could, like I said, they could have leverage to move back from 6 to 12. I think moving back from 6 to 12 is telling themselves, they said, hey, we're still going to get a valued player at 12 regardless. Probably not the player that everyone wants within the fan base, but could be a valuable player for an empty spot we have on this roster. But I think they could. I mean, it depends how the draft board goes. I mean, it never goes the way we think it's going to go. So when you see the Eagles trade up to 9 or go to 4, I mean, you never know at this point. I mean, Zach Ertz hasn't been traded yet. Yeah. So you could see some type of trade, maybe him as being some trade bait and adding him into a nice little deal on top of it to sweeten it up a little bit. So watch out for that as well.
Yeah. Maddie says, it's an interesting comment. Derek Barnett is great. I look statistically, the defensive ends that were drafted in the era, and only a defensive end from Washington is better. Here's what I'll say to that. I don't know. I'd have to go look at every defensive end drafted since then, but I don't view whether he's a success or not based upon how other defensive ends that were drafted after. I view him as, you're a first round talent. Were you a franchise changer? Were you a game changer? Are you a guy that we could build around? And that's where I don't think I don't think he's had over 5.5 sacks, right, in a year yet. I need way more out of my guy than that.
No, that's true.
Johnny Blaze, he says Pitts will drop to us. Oh God, I can only wish. I just don't see how he gets past Dallas. I don't see how he gets past the Giants. I'm telling you, he gets a 7, I'm in, dude.
There's been rumors about the Giants even trading back. I mean, they could do that as well. Like, I know that the Patriots want to move up to get one of these quarterbacks from 15, so that's another team that definitely could trade up, or the Patriots could trade up to 4 as well. So, I mean, there's definitely a lot of Patriots rumors about trading up as well.
Yeah. The thing, too, is that Jerry Jones, he's a moron. He will do it. If he likes somebody and he knows he can sell jerseys, he's doing it. And I think when I hear Jerry Jones wants Pitts, I believe it. I'm sure Mark Holmes probably got 10 videos about it out so far, in like 20 minutes. But it's true. Eagle Slayer, thank you for super chat. He says, shake them matrimonial dudes podcast. I like that. I like it a lot. Philly the podcast, my man. Shout out to Philly the podcast. Great worker, man. I love his stuff. If you guys haven't, click on the link or click on his name and go sub him up. Thank you for the super chat. He says, remember I said this, Pitts won't go top 10. What are you drinking today, buddy? What do you got, little beers? I think I saw a post. He's saying he's chilling, having beers. I think you had a couple too many. I'm just kidding. I don't know, man. I hope you're right.
It's gonna be unstoppable, that offense, if they get him.
I mean, they're gonna score a lot. Dallas scares me because Jerry Jones is capable of this. Okay, CeeDee Lamb and Pitts. I mean, it's brutal. It's a brutal offense. It's an even more brutal defense, though. That's the problem, Philly Talk Podcast. Thank you for the super chat. He says Schefter said Kyle Pitts is everyone's favorite. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he is. But Jerry Jones, you have to admit, he's capable of doing it. I mean, this is right up his wheelhouse. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And everybody go sub up Philly Talk Podcast as well. Thank you for super chat, my man. What are you saying, Filioso? Throw your phones on the floor and stomp the shit out of the like button. I love it. That's a shirt right there. Filioso, you are the man. You know what I mean? Yeah, joke is Jeremiah Owuzu Koromoa. Now, I've done I don't know if you've seen, I do those Philly React videos.
All right.
So I got two probably coming out tonight or tomorrow morning. It's gonna be Kadarius Toney and Xavier Collins. I've done about 4 or 5 linebackers so far. There's guys I like, but nobody made me stand up the way this kid did. This kid can cover. He can blitz. Okay, he's 215 pounds, but he don't look it. He plays like he's 230, 235. I love this guy.
No. Yeah, he is. He is just.
I had a pause there.
Yeah, somebody put out videos of like his just violent hits. I mean, this guy could hit. You know what? Another thing I do like about him too is that we all know like he understands the city as well. I think that's a whole nother thing about it too. Like I think he would fit in so well, and you could build around him easily.
That was icing on the cake. David, thank you for super chatting. I love that little thumbnail, man. That little old throwback Kelly Green jersey, kind of new, kind of old. I dig it, man. Let's bring those days back. You know, Max Webster, man, thank you for the super chat. He says, thanks for the shout out. 5 subs from 100. So you're 5 from 100. Sub them up, guys. Click the link. Go sub them up. I'm telling you, it's an interesting premise of a YouTube channel. It's kind of like, you know, he kind of gets into you a little bit more than just what you do. And I know Chris the Entertainer Talk of Sports was on. It was good. I had a blast doing it. So go sub them up. Let's get him to 100. Thank you for super chat, my man. I appreciate it. So you were saying that the tapes you saw, he's everywhere, right?
Oh, he's everywhere, and I mean, and the one like he said, like with Micah Parsons, I mean, you take Jock and you see that his coverage is just great. I mean, I think that's what we need here. I mean, I don't know. I mean, even with Eric Wilson, he can cover, but is he favored to be that guy to cover, and how Jonathan Gannon's going to use him? I don't know, but we're just gonna have to see. Yeah,
no question about it. And if I'm missing any of these, I apologize. They're going kind of quick, and then when you're on StreamYard, it kind of freezes even more. So it's very easy to fall behind. It's not on purpose if I'm missing any comments. Wes Grant, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that, man. I saw a thing here. It went really quick, but I can't find it. But somebody asked what our top 5 favorite players in the draft were. If I'm ranking just my favorites and not so much what where they should go, just my favorites, I have to go Kyle Pitts 1, Jeremiah Owuzu-Koromoa 2, Jamar Chase 3, Devontae Smith 4, and let me think about 5. Probably Parsons. That would probably be my top 5 favorite. You know what I mean?
Where do you think Micah Parsons going to go? Where do you think he's going to land?
It depends on the off the field stuff.
I heard that.
I think I honestly think if everything's cool, I think he would go 9. I would have him 9. I have a feeling he's going to go like 15 or 16. My hope is that he does go 15 or 16, and it drops JOK back, and boom. You know what I mean? You end up, he ends up falling back somehow. That's my hope. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tavares Jones, love the thumbnail. Little matrimonial duties with safe distance. What the hell is that? That is great. Oh my God!
What the
Tavares
hell?
Jones. I've never seen a thumbnail like that. Safety first, I think. I'm sorry, dude. I did not expect that when I clicked on it. My God. Take the mask off. All right. Eagles will win the division. I hope so, my man. Thank you for Super Chat. That is classic. Oh, my gosh. Oh,
that's great.
Joseph A., thank you so much for Super Chat. Pitts isn't just a tight end, people. Get that out of your head. Pitts will not make it past 6. If we trade to 9th, Dallas will trade to 8. Jones don't play. No, Jones don't play. If you're going to go for him, you got to go for him. Like, let's say he falls to 7 or something like that. You just got to, when that team's on the clock, you got to make the move. You know?
Yep.
No question about it. Oh, my God, that thumbnail.
Just to go off topic, what do you think about Jim Schwartz going to Tennessee? What was that?
Oh, my gosh.
What was all that about?
That's a great question. I have no idea. I thought he was taking a year off, you know? Now, what's he like? Is he just like a account? Like what's he doing? What was his job title?
I read it.
I don't think it was defensive coordinator. But look, I gotta be honest. I think he's a good coach, a player's coach, but I don't like his scheme. I never liked his scheme. I didn't like it when he was in Detroit. And but to me, it's not really a big deal. It's like whatever, dude. I'm just so ready. I love this new coaching staff. Like, I'm in love with Nick Sirianni. I'm in love with everything I'm seeing from him. So, I'm okay with it. He can go. Freeman Luma, thank you so much for Super Chat. I have a feeling we'll end up with Waddle. Hey, look, if we end up with Waddle, I'm good with it. You know what I mean?
I'm happy.
Dude, people are still talking about that thumbnail. I had no idea because I can't see the thumbnail until I pull it up,
I think do you think the Eagles are looking at tape between Hurts and Devontae Smith and Hurts and Waddle back in college? I mean, do you think they look at that? Or
I would hope so.
I mean, right? I would think, right?
I would hope so. And then you also have Hurts who can give them a lot of information. I thought when Devontae Smith was talking about Jalen Hurts during the pro day, I think he was kind of giving a nod. Like, I don't mind going here. I don't mind playing for this team, Well, I like Waddle. See, you're a Waddle guy first. I'm a Smith guy first. I love Devontae Smith. You know what I mean? So I would I'll take either one of them. I'm not gonna lie. I like them both. No question about it. The thing that I'm most worried right now is that I think Dallas is serious. I think Dallas is dead serious about going up for Pitts. I just think that's up Jerry. That's what Jerry Jones does. You know what I mean?
I think he will. If he wants him, he'll get him.
Oh yeah, I agree. See, Drew Schuyler says, "What's the worst case scenario for the Eagles at 12?" For me personally, I think if they go defensive end at 12, I think they're drafting not on best available player, but on position of need that they want to deal with. That's what I think. So for me, that's what I would say.
Or a quarterback.
Oh
too.
Yeah, that's the worst.
I mean, that should be number one. I mean, that should be number one regardless. I mean, name brand said Mac Jones, and that's the only quarterback that I'm worried about falling to us at that point. So
right,
that's what we were trying to stray away from when the rumors were they tried to trade up to the 3rd overall, and obviously they were denied it and they couldn't do it, so they traded back. So that got me a little worried and get me worried that they went after Juju Smith-Schuster on a multi-year deal and had that all ready for him, which I don't get that whatsoever. What he did last year and the type of guy he is, and I'm not into it. So it kind of worried me. So that's probably number one on my list. I'm really worried about.
Yeah, exactly. Isaac Yavier, thank you for the super chat, buddy. I appreciate that, man. Thank you. What did you think about the rumors where they said the Eagles wanted to move up to 3? Do you really think that they were trying to move up to 3 for Jamar Chase, or was it about Zach Wilson?
It was about Zach Wilson, 100%.
That's what I think.
You don't move up to 3 for that because you're in perfect at 6. I mean, you're in perfect contention to go get pretty much the first guy available at that point.
Right? Exactly. David, thank you for a super chat. He says, Joey shakes. What are you shaking? Pause.
No. Don't do it to me. Now it's going to come on to me now.
It's going to be on you. I've gotten to where I don't have to say it anymore. So I'm happy about that. I'm definitely happy. Oh, I see my man Tavares Jones. He's back. Get ready for the thumbnail. I'm going to get so crippled with his thumbnail. Tavares Jones, thank you for super chat. He's laughing. Look at that thumbnail. That's fun. I got to show you.
What's on his hands?
He's got I think he's got isn't that sanitized hands? Oh my God.
I couldn't tell.
This channel's going to get flagged. Oh my god, that is funny though. See, and just to let people know, I can't when I'm looking at it, I don't see what the thumbnail looks until I click on it. Oh my gosh. Mac Jones would be the worst case scenario, says Name Brand. Yeah, no, I hear you. There's rumors that he's going 3. That the Niners are going to take. I can't imagine he goes top 10.
He's not even worth that. He's not even. You could trade back. I mean, you could trade back and do so much more, get more picks, and then draft him.
I know, it's true. Venom King, thank you for super chat. He says, what team is going to trade for Ertz during the draft? Yeah, that's a great question because I think people are looking at Ertz and saying that's a draft night trade. We don't get maybe the tight end we want in the second round or third round, something like that. Then we try to make a move for him. So I don't know though. I just don't know if the Eagles are willing to part with him. They waited a year too long, and it cost them.
The longer they hold on to him, the worse it's going to get. That's what they've been doing with all these players. They hold on to these players for too long. I think Zach Ertz. Everyone got really mad about, and I know you've said it. I've said to trade Zach Ertz, and everybody got really frustrated with it. But either he's going to be draft bait or he might stay here for the $8.5 million. I don't know. It could happen. Maybe Nick Sirianni say, hey, just let him. And even Zach Ertz said, he's going to play out his last year of his deal and then obviously get a new deal. So, you let him stay for 8.5 and you just let him walk after this year. I mean, is it bad? I don't know. I mean, does Sirianni wants to use the tight end sets, obviously. So does he want to keep Zach Ertz? Are they trying to make him stay? I don't know. But
yeah, well, I mean, to me, that's the kind of thing that sends off these signals. Like, is this team think they can compete, or are they rebuilding? Are you rebuilding and trying to acquire picks? You know what I mean? Because if that's the case, you think, okay, we're not going to get what we want, but we're going to go ahead. I don't know. Gebhardt said, what's the consensus of trade now after trading back for 12? I still think it's wait and see. I mean, we got to see who they draft. I don't want to say how you made a great trade back and then let him off the hook. I got to see who he picks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the last time we talked about it, I think we kind of said if they're trading back so early, not even near the draft, that means that they already have some type of target or some feel of who they want to get in this draft. I feel like they have a plan, but they want to see if that plan is going to be going into their position during the draft. And if it doesn't, then they have a plan B.
That makes me worry that it's a defensive end, though. I'm not going to lie, because they may say, oh, the best defensive end will be there, and that's what we need. And history shows that's who they take at around that area. The Beagle, thank you for his super chat. He says, with the 12th pick, we should take JOK. Our linebacker core will be so good next year if we draft him, and Dylan Moses in the 3rd round, then take a wide receiver in the 2nd. Look, I think JOK you should be able to even trade back to like 15, 16 and possibly get him, maybe get a pick. But I'm not going to lie. If the Eagles took him at 12, maybe it's too early to take him, but I wouldn't care because I like him that much.
So if you don't get, a receiver of the 1st round, just say you don't do that. Like, what do you think besides Terrace Marshall? What do you think about like Kadarius Toney? Do you think he's like another Rager player where he has a lot of speed, he could move all over the field, but he doesn't have that pinpoint the ball type, like Devontae Smith traits that he has? Like, I don't know what you think about Kadarius Toney as a receiver and how they would use him in this offense.
Yeah, I think he. I look at him like. Kind of like a Rager, I guess. That's kind of how I see him. I like him. I think he's explosive as hell, but I see him more as that second guy, that big play guy. I don't look at a guy like that and say take him the 1st round. I don't think he's the number 1. Mm-hmm. Eric Solano says, give my man Joel Moore likes. He's a GOAT. What's up, Mr. 500? What is up, Eric? How are you? Thank you, buddy. Jake Kills, thank you so much for the super chat, man. He says, Surtain or Horn, period. Pause. Yeah, I mean, look, I can't hate on Surtain or Horn. Horn's my favorite corner, though. I don't know. When I look at Surtain, I think, if he doesn't work out at corner, he's probably an all-pro safety in this league. Because he's pretty big. I'll take either one of them. I like them. I like both of them.
I've seen with Surtain, he's a little grabby. He's got that. He's a little handsy, which obviously it's when you come to the NFL with that, it's either the game's going to go towards your favor or the other team's favor. So you're going to have a really good day or a really bad day as a fan watching a game. So
yeah, I agree. Esbury says JOK is better in coverage than Parsons. Everything I've seen from Parsons, there's some zone coverage and stuff, but JOK, I mean, there was times where I watched, he was on Devontae Smith. He was covering Devontae Smith. JOK to me is a foundational defensive player. I would love,
Yep.
Let's see what Franklin says. I would trade our pick to whoever would take it, collect picks for next year, see how Jalen Hurts does. Yeah, I mean, like I always understand acquiring more picks and getting more picks. The issue that I have with that is the person making the picks, because it's a lot harder to hit the 12th pick than the 6th pick and vice versa. Those are the things and the reasons why I was like, stay at 6. Now, if he can hit on it, I'm okay with it, But I don't know. I don't know. 500 Joey, how you doing? Do you guys see us possibly having both a top 10 offense and top 10 defense?
Wait and see.
It's hard to say. I mean, if it's really going to depend on Jalen Hurts, really going to depend on that defensive line. Is Derek Barnett going to be a 10+ sack guy? If you tell me he is, then maybe we'll talk. But it's hard for me to know. It's hard to know right now because I think that this roster is not done being built yet.
No.
That's kind of how I see it.
And honestly, you want Jalen Hurts to succeed, and I'm praying, and he's working so hard this offseason and working with these QB coaches and really trying to hone in on his accuracy and his arm and his mechanics this past offseason. And this way you don't have to spend a first-round pick on a quarterback next year. And that's why I don't want to waste it on next year in 2022.
Yeah. So. Agreed. Tortyville says, have you seen Zaven Collins tape yet? That dude can cover. He knows how to read quarterbacks and how to read and react to pass rush. I did. I'm actually going to be putting out my Philly reacts to him either tonight or tomorrow, along with Kadarius Toney. I got about 4 or 5 coming out in the next few days. So I like Zaven Collins. I do. I like him. I like JOK better, though. JOK, JOK is a safety like Mike Lewis. No, he's bigger than it. He's a linebacker. Teams like these tweener guys now where they can almost be a safety, a linebacker, and kind of all over. That's what he is. I think he said he's 220 something now. So I think he's going to have no problem getting to about 230, 235. And like I said, he don't play that small. So I see him as a linebacker. The Beagle, thank you for super chat. He says, if Kyle Pitts falls out of the top 8, would you guys rather trade up for him or stay at 12 and see if he can continue to fall to us? I'm trading up. I'm not playing. I'm not letting Dallas get dibs, and I'm not letting the Giants get dibs. So I would go up to 8. I would think if you went up to 8 from 12, I don't think it would cost you more than maybe like a 3rd-round pick and something else. You're not gonna throw away your 1st-round pick that you gained from Miami. So that's my opinion. What about you, Joey?
Yeah, if you could go up to that, at least that 9th pick, I think you have a big shot at getting him. I think you'll be able to get him. But if the Eagles don't move up, then between all these draft picks that they do have, then they won't. If we don't see any move up by the Eagles, and that's if Kyle Pitts gets picked, in the top 8, top 10, then obviously the Eagles weren't interested and wasn't on their draft board, obviously. So.
I'm going to tell you guys the deep, dark fear, this voice that every once in a while comes through my mind. And this is like the cynical, my distrust with Howie. My biggest fear is the real reason they traded up or traded back was because they couldn't justify not taking Chase or Pitts at the time they had a draft at 6. And they didn't want to do that. They knew it would be a lot of blowback. So they did it to put themselves in that position. That is my this weird thought that I get every once in a while. I'm not saying I believe it, but it's just something that pops in my mind sometimes. I hope that's not what they were thinking, Yeah. Thank you, the Beagle, for the super chat, by the way. Appreciate that. So here you go. Barnett changed the game against the Vikings. It was 14-7 for us. The Vikings were in the red zone. He forced a fumble that Long recovered, and the Super Bowl, he recovered that fumble that Graham forced. Yeah, he did. That's true. But that was his rookie year. What about the following years? Look, I don't want to trash. I'm not out to trash Barnett. I just think that he's got to be better, more consistent year in, year out for $10 million a year.
You got to be consistent every single year. Like, this is the problem with the Eagles have been doing. The Eagles have been paying players because of past success, and that's what they've been doing. And because of the Super Bowl, that they pay this guy later on, they pay this guy later on. Like, and when they're not really doing anything years prior to the Super Bowl, like, they got to stop doing that. If you're not playing on a consistent year-to-year basis, it's a year-to-year league. You play year-to-year. That's how it goes, especially as a quarterback. Even with any position, it doesn't really matter, but they got to stop doing that. This is why we're over the cap. This is why we're restructuring nonstop older players. And then when you're drafting bad and you can't even go into free agency with only $3 million in your pocket like this year and can't really make any moves, barely, this is what happens. It's going to bite you in the butt, and this is where we're at now because of that. So they got to stop doing that.
Yeah, exactly. Drewski, my man, Drewski, thank you for super chat. He says, do not sleep on day 3 wide receiver Jalen Darden. I haven't even watched him yet. Do you know anything about him?
No, nothing. Never seen him.
Yeah. BMO, what's up, buddy? JOK might not make it past the Raiders, so taking him at 12 could work. Hey, look, if they believe in him like that, I'm down. I love the kid. I love him. And you're right. Oh, I forgot to pause. I love the guy. But yeah. I'm okay. He's one of my favorite players, so I'm totally
Are you good with like the first 2 picks? Like if their first 2 picks are solid starters, like are you more comfortable with the rest of the draft? Or are you kind of saying like, okay, like I'm happy with this so far, and if they, kind of mess up the rest of the draft, I mean, obviously we're going to be bad, but depending if
what do you mean?
We have, I'm saying like, are you content with just having those first 2 picks to be successful and just being okay, I could deal with the wrong players being picked later, or do you expect? I mean, you know what I mean? Like
I mean, look, to me, I said I believe that the next 2 drafts you have to come away with 2 starters each of those years instantly. So you're not going to hit on every pick, right? What I don't want is I don't want Howie to be playing, I'm the smartest guy in the room, I'm going to take this guy. No, like play it safe and do the right thing, And if I missed any super chats, I'm sorry. I saw this, I missed this one. So the Beagle, man, I appreciate the super chat. He says, if we do end up with 3 firsts next seasons, would you guys make a run for Russ or Watson? Personally, I wouldn't, but I think Howie would try to grab someone. Thank you for the super chat. I would not. I would not. Russell Wilson, I love him, but he's too old. You know what I mean? He's what, 30 years old, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to cost more. It's going to cost like between 3 to 4 first-round picks. It could cost even more. Who knows at this point? Yeah. It's we're going to get rid of all our draft capital. It's not even worth it because you got a quarterback and you can't fill up the rest of your roster. Then I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, Chad, what's up, my man? How are you? How you doing, buddy? And if I'm missing some of these, I apologize. It's just going so quick.
Always does.
Yep. Live Fit Live, thank you so much for super chat. He says, I miss St. Nick. Fly Eagles fly. A lot of people do. A lot of people do. I mean, I love Nick. I love everything he did for us. I wish that they wouldn't have gotten rid of him when they did the trade for Bradford. That's when I that was just stupid. Psycho Steve, what's up, my man? Champion season. He says, Nico Collins, TJ Vasher at wide receiver. Rather have Smith or Chase or Surtain, but those Toledo guys are dangerous. I like Nico Collins. I have a reaction video coming to him too. Look, I would love Chase, Cameron says, Jalen Darden is very similar to a lot of the receivers we have, though. Okay, I'll have to take a look at him, Eagles Connect, man. Thank you so much for super chat. He says, we take in a cornerback at 12. Look at all the wide receivers in the NFC East. I wouldn't agree to take a cornerback at 6, but at 12, you have a shot at a top 2 cornerback. Thank you for super chat. But here's the one thing I'll say. If you take the corner, then just make sure he's the number 1 guy left on your board. Don't have Devontae Smith ranked higher than J.C. Horn or Surtain and skip them because of position, unless it's really close. I want the best player available. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we have an empty spot right now, and that depends if we sign a veteran cornerback. But at the same time, would they actually skip on a corner this year? Like, that's what I'm saying. Are they going for best player available, or are they going for need? That's where it's going to be confusing.
I look at need, drafting need for where they're at right now as luxury. Like, if you're one team, if you're really close to winning it all and you think you can compete and you need that one position, then I get it. But when you are trying to accumulate picks and you're telling people that you're trying to rebuild this roster, you got to go best player available, in my opinion,
Mm-hmm.
because in 2-3 years, what your needs will be could completely change. You can't worry about position, in my opinion, for the most part. Now, if it's close, then you can go position. Venom King, thank you for super chat. Let's draft Doug Peterson's son. What is he, a tight end, right?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, well, hey,
Doug will never leave. Doug will never leave if that happens.
No, oh, God. Can you imagine?
No.
Philly, what's your nightmare scenario at 13? My nightmare scenario would be a quarterback one. That would be a nightmare scenario. The other for me is defensive end. Kwity Paye, one of those guys from Miami. I don't think they're going to be the best players on the board. And what scares me is that's what the Eagles normally do around this spot. So that would be my nightmares. What about you? What would be a nightmare?
Exact same. Really, I think even with the defensive ends, it's not really a really strong draft. I think we can really do deep at receiver, deep at cornerback this year. I think it's a perfect draft for what we need this year, definitely.
Yeah, I agree. Jay Marquez, thank you so much for super chat. Dallas will always and forever stink. No pure words have ever been said. Thank you for the super chat, buddy. The Beagle Man, thank you for the super chat. He says, honestly, I'm tired of seeing Fletch not play well the last 2 years. He's making $20+ million, but isn't even playing like a top 5 defensive tackle the last 2 years. Honestly, if he doesn't play well for a third straight season, look, I honestly thought when they signed Hargrave, they were setting up getting rid of Fletcher Cox. That's what I thought they were doing. I thought they were going to play 1 year together and then they were going to move on to Fletcher Cox. I don't even think he's renegotiated his contract.
23 against the cap, and not even just that. I think it was into the 4th or 5th game of the season this past year, and he had a half a sack. You look at Aaron Donald and what he does, and it's just I don't see any of that in Cox and what he's doing on the field. And then prior to Hargrave, you already signed Malik Jackson to a 3-year, $30 million deal. So It's just I felt like they just tried to fix it again.
Yeah.
So then Hargrave ends up getting hurt. He pretty much disappears and then shows up for a couple games and then disappears again. And then, on his Instagram, he left guys haven't seen, what I could do or blah, blah, blah. Was it the scheme? Was it part of the injury, changing schemes? I don't know what the whole point of that was. So,
yeah. Thank you, Beagle, for the super chat. Bimo says, if we take Sertano Horn at 12, then 37 Farley is there. We should take him. Where does Farley may fall out of first? Yeah, he may fall out of the first for what, health reasons. Look, if they wanted to do that and go 2 tight ends like that, 2 corners like that, I wouldn't have a problem with it at all. How could I? No doubt about it. No question. The Beagle Man, thank you so much for super chat, my man. He says, would you guys be fine trading Cox? I forgot to finish my sentence. Laugh out loud. No, I'm open to trading everybody. I've said this all along. There is nobody on this team that I see as untradeable. Not right now, So
yeah, I understand people probably be upset about trading Fletcher Cox, but we got to stop relying on this defensive line and putting too much money into it. It's okay to pay guys, but too many guys are making too much money, and we need to start distributing that money to the rest of our defense. We can't put it luckily during the Super Bowl year, our pass rush was so good that it covers up a lot of bandages in your secondary. You can cover up a lot of bandages if you have that pass rush, but once your defensive line starts getting hurt, then you start to get exposed, and that's happened with us. And, I'm glad that certain guys haven't come back. I'm glad that Jalen Mills is gone. I'm glad that, we're starting to change a little bit here and there, but not having Fletcher Cox, I don't know, but he's really got to step it up this year, and we'll see what happens. Yeah. Deshante,
he says, A500 Joey, why do you think we signed Killins? I just think a camp body. Maybe they want a guy special teams. I don't look at it like a real threat to make the roster. What would you say?
Yeah, just special teams pretty much. I don't think he'll, because I remember it was last offseason, he was working with running backs. He was working with the receivers as well, trying to get him to the passing game. I think he only had like a couple snaps, but everyone's been worried about his weight because he's, very small guy, track star guy. So running back room is a whole nother story, but we're getting pretty crowded there now, and see what happens.
Yeah, exactly. The Beagle, thank you for Super Chat, man. He says, thought I'd see Lane Johnson and Jason Kelsey doing a live screen together. Love ya. I'm happy for you guys doing it. That's right, Lane Johnson, and it should be the Johnson Kelsey show. Hungry dogs run fast. Thank you, the Beagle. Appreciate that, man. That's awesome.
Good.
We are who we are. Christian E, thank you for the Super Chat. Pitts falls to pick 10. Cowboys get him. Horn and Adams are the top 2 still on the board. Who you taking? I'll go with Horn. I have to go Horn.
Yeah,
Horn would be my guy. If he's the best guy available. Now, if Devontae Smith is there, I'm taking him.
Yep,
no doubt about it. Let's see here. I'm so far behind. These things go so. It's so like when you use StreamYard, it's just so behind. Jay Green, thank you for Super Chat. He says top 10 secondary next year with Gannon. He's calling it now. Jay Green, thank you for Super Chat, man. I don't know. I do not know, my man. Be interesting. Bryce, what's up, my man? He says we need the Eagles. Eagles don't need. Come on, Quest. Okay, Quest. You guys stink still. You know what I mean? Well, Lord Bronson, LB, what's up, my man? I gotta send you a. I got to send you a video for our draft board. I meant to do it today. I was out all day, but I'll get it to you, man. But everybody, shout out to Lord Brunson. Go sub him up if you haven't. That's my guy. Shakes, he says.
What's up, man? How you doing, bro?
LB's awesome. Let's see here. Philly Joey, what do you think about a punter, Presley Harvin punter in the 5th or 6th round? Best punter in college. And he threw dimes. It's time our special teams to be good again. I mean, we really need a punter, don't we? We kind of do.
We signed one.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, a while ago. I forgot his name. He's from Australia. He's an Australian punter. I don't know. But we should if we drafted a kicker in the 6th round, I would buy him.
Yeah. Yeah, we got 541 people here. Thank you so much. Please please subscribe if you haven't, and go sub up Joey. Link is in the description. What would you get for Cox? A second? I don't know what you could get for Cox. How old is Fletcher Cox right now? Like 30?
30, yeah.
I don't know if you get a second. See, the Eagles, they hold on to these guys a little too long sometimes. You know what I mean? Ricky J, thank you for Super Chat. He says, name idea, shaking the dingbat. That sounds like a pause, dude. You got to pause. I like it, though. Put it in there, man. Put it in there. It's crazy. I'll trade anybody right now.
You got a big Super Chat that you're missing.
Oh, I am?
Yeah, there's one big one.
Okay. Let me see.
This way.
See, it just skips so much. All right, let me go. Here's one. Is it this one? No. Dante Simmons, thank you for Super Chat. What do you all think about Sante Samuel Jr.? I love him. I think he's a second-round corner. Question I have is, will he fit the Eagles' defensive scheme? But thank you for Super Chat, my man.
Yep, same here. If he fits the scheme.
Nope. Oh, my God, the Beagle. What are you doing? Man, you got modded up. My God, man. Thank you so much for the Super Chat, man. Seriously, wow. Thank you, buddy. He says, I got to take off, guys. Just wanted to show some love. So show some Super Chats. Both of you are best Philly sports YouTubers, and it ain't close. It's all love, man. Hope you guys have a great day, and Dallas still stinks. The Beagle, man. Shout out to you, man. Thank you so much, buddy. I don't know what to say, man. It's very humbling. Very humbling.
That's loyalty. Buddy. It's loyalty.
It is. And we hope to see you at our first episode this Saturday, you know. Black Lines, how you do look like Kelsey and Lane. That's rich. We kind of do. It should be the Lane, the Lane Kelsey show.
I don't see it. People say it about me, but I don't see it. I don't know why.
They say I look like Jason Kelsey.
Well, the beard is just everything. The beard is the main focus. That's
Dude, they said it before I even had a beard. They did. I don't care. I'm like, oh, whatever, But it is hilarious. And the Beagle, man, thank you again for all the super chats, my man. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Oh man, this is going to be a very interesting draft, because I really think that I'm not sure how or where the Eagles are going to go. Horn over Surtain, JOK over Parsons, Waddle over Smith. I'm Jay Koch. I'm with you on Horn over Surtain, JOK over Parsons. I got Smith over Waddle though, but yeah. Joey is
love Jalen Waddle.
I missed 500. I missed the donation. I missed another one. See, I don't know why it's coming so late.
And what happens is sometimes it won't show up. It'll show up on your phone more than it'll show up actually if you're using your computer.
I saw that one.
It does that.
Yeah, I don't know which one I missed. Whoever I missed, I truly apologize. But I went back as far as I could, and I answered all these. I don't know. I apologize. It's like normally I use my phone when I stream, if Eagles games and stuff, and that's already hard enough. But this, it freezes and then it goes, and it's just you're way behind,
Mm-hmm.
So it's just crazy. Dominic, thank you for super chat, man. He says Horn then Marshall would be nice. 1 and 2 picks. Yeah, look, if I go Horn, I want to go Marshall. If we go Horn and stay at a second round or around that area, I want Marshall. If we go Devontae Smith or something, I want, unless I can get JOK, I would love JOK. That's my guy. You heard what he said about playing in Philly. He knows. I love the guy.
You can't survive in Philly if you play
yeah.
Pause.
Yeah, you got to pause. I said I love him. I don't know. I don't know where. I don't know where.
That's got to be a T-shirt.
What's that? Pause.
That's got to be a T-shirt.
I know. I told my wife pause, and she says, "What the hell are you talking about?" I said, "I don't know. I still don't understand it, but I just do it. I don't say it anymore because it's not worth it." I want to see 500 in his mummer's outfit that Kelsey. Dude, I need to get one of those. I think that's a great. I think for Halloween, I should try to get one of those. That would be great. Wouldn't that be hilarious? That is awesome.
And say the exact quotes from the parade.
Yeah, exactly. I need to do it, dude. Top notch baller. He says Terrence Marshall. I like. Okay, here's me. Here's my top 5 receivers in this draft. Jamar Chase 1, Devontae Smith 2, Waddle 3, Terrence Marshall 4, and then Bateman 5. That's how I have it ranked.
Right.
I actually like him better than I like Bateman.
And Bateman's supposed to go late first round, right?
Yeah, around somewhere in the early 20s, somewhere around there. I like him. I like Bateman a lot. But I think Marshall's a sleeper, man. I do. Black Lions says, I'm hearing we are going Horn at 12, then are trading back up into the first for Terrence Marshall Jr. because he's rising up the draft boards. I heard he may go late first round in the 20s. Yeah, I could totally see that, man. I totally could see it. We've heard the Eagles love Horn, and we know they're talking to Marshall. And I predicted the Eagles are trading back up. I believe that they're going to do it. And I think from a value standpoint, it actually makes sense because if you're getting late first rounds potentially next year, why not make a move and capitalize on one of those,
So I would do.
Yeah. Daddy's Kitchen Wills, what's up, my man? At 500, who you're picking with the first 2 picks? These are your options: Parsons and Samuel Jr., or Sehorn and Terrence Marshall. I think you mean Surtain?
Yeah, probably.
For me, I would go Surtain and Marshall. That would be mine. But thank you for super chat. What about you, Joey? Out of those.
Oh no, Surtain and Marshall. I mean, I think this is what even after the Eric Wilson signing, and I just think realistically, if they don't sign a veteran cornerback, this is why it's so hard because I don't want Smith or Waddle on the board at 12 when at least one of those corners is up on the board too. That's why it's going to be tough, and that's why I really hope they don't make the wrong decision and go, like you said, go lower on the draft board. Say, hey, let's just get this guy because that position is empty right now.
Yeah, I mean, if it's me, and I was controlling the Eagles draft room, I would have our board, right? And you have your rankings. And I would say, we're gonna play it simple. If Kyle Pitts gets to 7, we're moving up. If he doesn't get to 7, and Jamar Chase too, if one of those guys get to 7, we're trading up. If not, when the pick comes up and we're on the clock, whoever's the highest rated guy on our board is gone. If it's Devontae Smith, he's gone. If Horn is our highest rated, and I'm just going to be honest to my board. That's what I want this team to do. Yep. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
AK Eagles 88, my man. Thank you for super chat. 2 of the best right here. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. And for those of you guys that are like new or came in late, me and Joey are going to be doing a weekly live stream from now on. Most likely they're going to be on Saturdays, and we're going to alternate channels. So we're going to start the first one this week. We calling it right now the podcast with no name, because like Washington, we don't have a name, and we'll be doing a contest, and hopefully you guys will help us. So definitely. Max Webster, man, thank you for super chat. He says, I hit 100. Let's go. Interview in 25 minutes, Philly 500. Thank you, Max Webster. And you guys could click the link in the description, sub up Joey, and then sub up Max Webster. You can see me on his show. But congratulations, man, on hitting 100. That's to me always the hardest. That was the hardest. That was harder than getting 1,000 the first 100.
Yeah, it's definitely. Yeah.
Just don't tell you love Sprinkle from Cowboys Philly. What do you mean? What do you mean? I don't even know what that means. Pause. I don't know. Thank you, though. Here you go. Starkey. I like Waddle more than Smith. We need a 6'1" or more wide receiver at 12. I think Waddle will be there. Smith is 6'1" too. He's 6'1". He's just light. You know what I mean? He's light, though. Jeremiah Butler, my man, what's going on? How are you doing? Philly 500 Shake. People tell me I look like Malcolm Jenkins and D'Angelo at times. I could see that, dude. Yeah, you do. And a thinner Harden. I like it. I thought you considered Pitts a wide receiver, but you don't include him in your top 5. Who? Oh, no. Pitts is my number 1. If you're talking to me, Pitts is my number 1 guy. Yeah. I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything here. It's going so quick. Eagles body bag 18. Thank you so much for super chat. He says, so with our first overall 12th pick, we taking Terrence Marshall over every other good receiver coming in the first 7 picks of the draft, even Kyle Pitts. No. Terrence Marshall is like a second round pick, late first round pick. He doesn't go 12. What you do is you trade back up for him. So you take J.C. Horn at 12, let's say. Then at 28, 29, 27, if they really like Marshall that much, that's when you move up. That's what we're talking about. Not taking him at 12. I don't think you take him at 12.
No.
You know? But thank you for super chat, my man. You know? Appreciate it. Dominic, thank you for super chat, man. He says, Eric Wilson is the sneakiest pickup in the NFL. Watch. Oh, yeah, we were talking about that earlier. Best value signing, in my opinion, was Eric. I didn't even know I thought he was already signed. You know, I didn't even know.
Another thing you got to add to that whole thing with Eric Wilson is Nick Rallis, the linebacker coach originally from the Vikings, is now with us as well. So there's a lot of connection right there with both of those guys. So it's a good thing.
Yeah, exactly. Damien says it's sad that we won't get a crack at Pitts, not unless a miracle happens. But the thing that's going to be sad is that he's going to be at 6, and it's going to hurt me.
Well, and the thing is, they have no excuse because they have the picks to move up if they want. They have picks next year. They got 11 picks in this draft, and this is excluding a Zach Ertz trade. They can get more picks. So I mean,
exactly.
They have the picks.
They have the ammunition to go get the guy. So, no question about it. I mean, we're talking a generational talent. The highest rated tight end in the history. Highest scouted tight end in history. Okay? Biggest wingspan for a tight end or wide receiver in 20 years. I don't know what we're doing. I don't know what you're doing.
7 games, still 100 catches. This might not mean much to people, but he was running in the Heisman. I think the 10th person running in the Heisman as well. I mean, it's just as a tight end. That's what we're talking about here.
Exactly. So we got 495 people in here. This is just a preview of what we're going to be doing weekly on our channels. We're going to be on Joey's channel this Saturday night. So come join us. If you guys haven't, click the link in the description. Sub up Joey Shakes. You won't be disappointed. Make sure you like, subscribe. Let's do about 10 more minutes, and then we'll call it. It's getting kind of late. I know for you got things to do. I got stuff to do, but
sure.
We'll do about 10 more minutes. But definitely appreciate it. Here you go. True story. When I was in Houston, a couple thought I was James Harden. I'm barely 6 foot, about 170 pounds. It's the beard, man. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. I don't think anybody's ever confused me for somebody else in public. I guess maybe now Kelsey, but
just walk into Philly, see what happens.
Dude, people don't even recognize me for me. It's not, like Adrian from Bitter Bird. Shout out to Adrian, man. I finally heard from him. He wished me a happy Easter. I wished him, and he responded. So it was good to see he's still alive and well, I guess. But he's like, oh man, everywhere I go, people recognize me on stuff, and I'm going, oh man, really? I don't know how I feel about that, but really, only one time has anybody ever noticed me. I'm just easy to forget, which is fine with me, Orlando says, I don't want Marshall at all. He's trash. Really? Why don't you like him? What don't you like about him? Message from an Eagle says, what's up, 500 Joey Shake Squad? Fly, Eagles, fly. I want Devontae Smith or offense or JOK on defense with the 12th pick. The Cowgirls will get Kyle Armpits. I'm afraid that they will. Yeah. I really am afraid that they will.
Because Jerry Jones, that's the problem. Like, they're not cautious. Like, if they want someone, they'll go get them, regardless of how much it's going to cost.
Yeah. David says, I think I saw you at a Vegas Philly in a casino. What casino? If you tell me what casino, I'll tell you if it was true or not. Because there's only a few I go when I'm there. But that's interesting. You should have come said hi.
Yeah, why did you say anything?
Come say hi. No. But I thought one time I had some person staring at me. I thought, oh, do they know me from YouTube? Then I realized my fly was down. And I was like, well, I guess that's why I know why. Shit. Eagle Body Bag, thank you for super chat, man. I'm going to hate this draft. Howie is going to change the wheel of time and take Terrence Marshall at 12 while the Cowgirls get Kyle Pitts. I will be pissed off if that happens. I will be pissed off. I will. I'm with you on that. That would be too early, in my opinion, for Marshall. And Dallas to getting Pitts makes me sick.
So is it going to fully ruin your night if Pitts goes to the Cowboys and we draft a good player? It's still going to ruin your night.
No, it won't totally ruin my night. But I'm just going to keep thinking. We were at 6. We could have had him. We could have stopped him. Now, if he turns it to like the greatest tight end in the history of the NFL or a receiver or the next Megatron, yeah, it's going to always bother me. Yeah. And I always think of last year when we could have traded up for CeeDee Lamb and just gave a second-round pick. And then we don't. And then Dallas, they get him. It wasn't me, buddy. Maybe it was Jason Kelsey because he looks like me. But no, I've never been in the win. Yeah, people say you look like Chumlee. I don't even know who that is. I still don't know who that is.
Oh my God.
I still don't know who that is. He must be somebody because Joey's laughing his ass off. SoCal Trotter says, yeah, Philly Meltdown 2.0. Look, Meltdown could be totally possible, No question about it. Marshall put up numbers still while playing alongside Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase. I think he could end up being the best receiver from this draft in 3 years. I think he's going to be very good. I think he's very talented. No question about it. No question about it, man. T. Lynch, thank you so much for the super chat, my man. He says, Fly Eagles Fly. Shout out from Navajo Nation, Arizona. You guys are great. Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. Navajo Nation. All right. I've been through Arizona. I used to live in Vegas. I used to have to go down and drive into Arizona all the time. It's kind of creepy driving through the desert at night, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't.
No doubt about it. But Philly, you should do a final farewell video of you taking down your fat heads before you move. I thought of that today. I thought maybe I should film me doing that, and I probably should take some pictures so I can do like a green screen. So when every once in a while I can put it up, people won't. So like, did you move back? What the hell happened? Time traveler. That's who I am. Eagle Slayer says, dude, none of these MFers are a sure thing. That's true. You never know. You never know how it's going to turn out. All I know is that if you look at Howie Roseman's draft record, it hasn't been good. I would say that the fans from, ever since I started this channel, I think they've been better at picking. Like, dude, like people wanted DK Metcalf. The Eagles didn't take him. People wanted Justin Jefferson. And I can't include myself in that one because I would have gone. I wouldn't have gone him. But yeah, he's gotten wrong. Chumlee 500. Yeah, I've had that one. I still don't know who the hell Chumlee is. I don't even know who this guy is.
You watch Pawn Stars?
No.
All right, you gotta watch Pawn Stars.
No.
You'll know.
Oh God. Is he like 4'2"?
It's a guy with a beard. That's what I could tell you.
Oh. See, I'm going to have to shave my beard for two reasons. One, everybody thinks I'm Chumlee and Kelsey. And the other reason is because I can't mess around with matrimonial duties, dude. My wife keeps laying hints down. DK Metcalf, CeeDee Lamb, and Kyle Pitts starting wide receiver crew. Scary. That is scary. No question about it. Well, listen, guys, we've been on here for almost an hour and 20 minutes, a little longer than I thought we were going to, but we had a great crowd, over 455 people still here. If you guys haven't, click the link in the description and sub up Joey, man. You definitely won't be disappointed. Our first podcast with no name, it airs this Saturday. King Jalen, thank you so much for Super Chat. Over under 6.5 wins this season. Does that keep quarterback one? It depends how he plays. I mean, if he goes out and plays well, but your defense gives up 30 points a game, then yeah. But if he struggles, I don't know. Yeah, you know what? The Howie Vision podcast. I think we joked around about that one, didn't we?
Yeah.
We're like, the Howie Vision podcast.
But if Howie's gone after this year, then obviously we got to change
then we have to change the name. Yeah. That's the problem. Tron says, please watch Jalen Darden. Okay, I will definitely do that.
And one thing I want to add quick. So watching like Nick Sirianni, his explosive plays video from the Philadelphia Eagles YouTube, and it's really nice to see that he was just going over the Colts roster, even with the receivers. Like he knows everybody's strengths, all their weaknesses. Like he just seems really intellectually. He seems like a real big micromanager, and that whole banana route concept that he was talking about, like put your foot in the dirt, and what I mean. Like, yeah, I just have a really good feeling what this offense will turn into with the right pieces around. Yeah, I really do.
I love Nick Sirianni. I love this coaching staff, and I love this comment. Tony Sutton, rumor on the street: this 500 can fart glitter. Is this real? 500? It might be. Just might be. Yeah. This is going to be a fun. See, this is what it's going to be like every week. People are going to, calling you Lane and me Kelsey. Maybe we get Desert Eagle on the channel. Who else does people look like? Right? He looked like
Ronald Darby, Sidney Jones. I used to. Oh man.
So we just keep it up. You know what I mean? And it'll be hilarious. No question about it. Timothy Looper wants the Trubisky song. You want to, I'm all out of whiskey because I lost my Trubisky. I know Philly was right to say that the Bears still stink. Thank you. The thing is that song is based on the Sports Fury Josh, who's a Bears fan, who lost his jersey to me. He doesn't want it back now. I got his Trubisky jersey still, and he doesn't want it back. The Lane Kelsey podcast. That might be that's funny. That is great. No doubt about it. Flip Fire Joe Shakes, you guys are also Fly Eagles Fly. Thank you, buddy.
Appreciate that.
Well, listen, guys, we're gonna let you go. Thank you for watching, all the likes, all the subscriptions, all the super chats. You guys were amazing today. We will be there. We will be doing this on Joey's channel this week, the first episode, Saturday night. You don't want to miss it. Make sure you click the link in the description, sub them up. And with that said, guys, we're going to let you go. So you guys take care. Talk to you later. Of course, don't be a dingbat.
See you later, guys.